Pardesi Beats.
Welcome everyone to Pardesi Beats Unplugged. We have another cool week here for you guys and another episode that's going to be pretty fun. So today we are going to actually be spitballing on some questions that we kind of come up for each other and just to kind of dig into our brains and what makes us operate and tick and what the wires in our head, how they connect and why they connect that way and the results that come from that. Right, guys?
We're doing neurosurgery on this podcast. Wow, I'm excited.
Yes, we're playing. What's that
Operation?
game called? Operation. Yeah, there you go.
Remember Spitball with a?
I do remember Spitball, and I also remember Hornets from junior high and them getting banned. So, anyways, so I'll go ahead and introduce M. Tadwal. You can just give a little wavy there, and Patwant Singh here with me today, and I am Kushwant Singh. We are today's host / guest / people extraordinaire / multimedia stars / best looking people in the world. And today, as you already know, we're playing Operation. Just kidding. Okay, so I'm going to actually go right into it, guys. We are going to just shoot off some of our thoughts on these questions and just share what we think. So first question I have for you guys, it's pretty broad. What is your favorite video game or video game character of all time? And only one. Can't choose per console, which is what I want to do. So I think this question is very unfair. But I'll let one of you two go first because I need to think about this.
Definitely one I need to think about considering.
I was gonna divert it because I'm literally Googling it right now because I have a couple in mind, but I'm not.
I could just pick one because I'm not a huge gamer, but
yeah, that's what I was saying. Me and Kush are.
So let me ask you a question: can you say Connor McDavid with NHL?
No.
I mean, you know what I mean.
I banned that.
Okay, so no sports games. So I can't be Cristiano Ronaldo because he's a
Correct.
character.
No sports games.
Oh,
and EA sucks because all they do is just keep making the same thing.
Yep. It works. The most overrated game is sports games.
Well, I don't know about that, but okay, sure. You want me to go first then?
Yeah.
Yes.
My favorite game character of all time. I'm gonna have to go with Ryu from Street Fighter.
That's a solid pick.
I'm not gonna lie. I 100% saw that coming.
I'm just so overwhelmed at this point. There's so many characters, good, bad to pick from. I didn't even think of Street Fighter, but Ryu's
the thing is, the game he probably played the most was Street Fighter, and then I, being the younger brother, grew up playing with him.
Grew up
what I'm doing. Yeah, getting my ass kicked, but learned how to not get my ass kicked.
Learned how to defend himself in real life by me beating him on Street Fighter all the time.
Yeah, sure. And that doesn't surprise me because that was definitely his favorite character that he would go to all the time when we used to play Street Fighter.
I got the game right here, right now. This is
the
real, not a knockoff, the official, very, very second Game Boy that ever came out, called the Game Boy Pocket.
Yeah, and that's a nice one. But I think I will go next. And if you need more time,
I don't have an answer. So
the problem is, if I put myself what you're doing, it's just there'll be no way I can answer.
I'm so overwhelmed.
You gotta pick the first one that comes to mind. And maybe the second one, but that's it, right? Because the first one that comes to mind is usually your character.
Well, I've played so many games, right? It's just it's crazy how many good characters there are in the games I've played. But this one for me, this video game series, and you can tie it into the character as well, even though it's more so the series for me. It's Kingdom Hearts. Now this game came out around 2005 or something, or 2006, whatever, right? The PS2 era, right? The first one released, and then they kind of released the rest after that. And if you follow the Kingdom Hearts series, it's such a cluster
I
F
hope
of
I hope your answer is Goofy.
Goofy's pretty awesome character there, but it's not. It's well, the series is Kingdom Hearts, but the character's probably gonna just be Sora, because of how awesome it is. And then like the reason why this game was so cool, like I was old enough to like have an appreciation for like good video games or like tougher stuff, but then also it had that whole childhood element because it's a Disney based game and Square Enix based game, which means there's Final Fantasy characters. You have like Aladdin characters in there. You have Beauty and the Beast. Like you have everyone. Donald and Goofy are your partners, like your sidekicks. Mickey Mouse is in there, right? And then the premise of the game is like dark versus light kind of thing. So classic kind of trope to kind of fall behind and make a good game. No.
Okay.
Good
not in
versus
terms of
evil.
skin colors, just in terms of like your soul. Yeah. So yeah. So then that was a pretty awesome game, and then that's probably my favorite character, I guess, as well.
And now you can play with that character in Super Smash Bros.
Super Smash Bros. Exactly.
Yeah.
Which is a game I absolutely hate. So no, I won't be doing that. Which everyone absolutely loves.
I'll be coming over right after this to play Super Smash Bros. With you then.
Oh yeah. No, I'll just be an active participant. But anyways, yeah, that's my answer. The thing is like
it's so hard.
Yeah, and the storyline with Kingdom Hearts 2, it went complete boggle. Because they released like 10 of the handheld games, and they were like all different worlds and dimensions, and it got pretty dumb. So I haven't actually played Kingdom Hearts 3, which was released for the PS4 and maybe the Xbox, I don't remember. But what I'm gonna probably end up doing eventually in my adult life here is they kind of made like versions where they combined everything. So there's like 1.5 or 2.7 or something, right? So I'm gonna probably end up playing those ones where they combine a bunch of the games in the story and knock those out down the road.
So I have a similar problem with Kush, is that I play too many video games. So trying to pick one character for me is like, I don't know. Like I
didn't have an issue with this question.
I think of like
you guys.
All of the video games that I played, like Spyro the Dragon is really inspirational, or kind of influential. When I was a kid, I used to play that all the time. I think of like Twisted Metal. I used to play that like crazy on PlayStation. All those characters in there. You think of like the arcade games that you used to play, like WrestleMania or the Simpsons arcade game. Like those games were like iconic for me.
But then you can't really use those characters.
Yeah. So the character that kind of comes to my mind, and it reminded me when you pulled out your Game Boy, was Donkey Kong. Pretty solid character. I remember playing Donkey Kong Country on multiple different platforms, especially on my Game Boy. And now I play it like crazy on my Switch. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Donkey Kong. Big muscly boy like me. So favorite video character. Too strong.
Okay, a side note, I think Donkey Kong Country 1, best soundtrack of all time in any video game. And Donkey Kong Country 2.
This is a great, we should have had this as a question, but the best soundtrack from any game is Tetris. Fight me.
Yeah.
Okay, but the thing is, Tetris is a few songs. But with Donkey Kong Country 1 and 2, like they have so many amazing tracks. They have like so many tracks in those games because there's so many levels. A lot of people like they play the first world and that's kind of it. But then
also
there's
Kirby's
like
Dream Land.
That's a pretty good one too.
Yeah.
But there's multiple Kirby games as well. But
Donkey Kong is very OP in Super Smash Brothers too. So
is he? Yeah, if you charge his punch or whatever. But anyway, I think that has also the best soundtrack. So I like the game selection for sure. And yeah, I still play it to this day too on Switch.
Also, without Donkey Kong, there's no Mario. Just saying.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on.
We can't even hear the Tetris you're trying to play to us right now.
No, it's too bad.
Okay, cool. So second question I have for us.
Watch we get copyright.
Yeah, that's more than 10 seconds. You're in trouble, pal. The next thing is like, what's your guys' favorite movie or movie series of all time? And now this is also going to be pretty tough.
This is super easy for me. I have a list of
He's going to pick Mohabbatein.
I don't watch that many movies, first of all. So like that, my list is pretty short. I am a very, very big Jim Carrey fan. So my answer is very biased. Growing up, I had a VHS of Dumb and Dumber, and I would watch the absolute crap out of it to the point where everybody in my family was like, "Why are you watching this movie again? For what reason?" Love Dumb and Dumber. But so this happened when I went to Australia. I forgot what year it was. I think 2014. And
mate.
I was on an airplane, and I was like, okay, obviously I was on an airplane, but
Well, no, you could have, been on a
just swam across the Pacific.
Yeah,
So I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, there's a Jim Carrey movie. I've kind of heard about this one, but I don't really know. So I went into this movie with no expectations, no idea of what the trailer was. And I watched the movie, and it was such a big mind. It was The Truman Show. Unreal movie. If you haven't seen it, I would definitely recommend watching it. I don't want to really give any spoilers, but for me, watching that with no expectations, and everybody that I've kind of shared it with too, they're like, okay, that's a pretty, like, Jim Carrey is definitely an acquired taste, but that movie is unreal. Like, it's really interesting, and it's such a really, it really makes you think. Like, Dumb and Dumber doesn't make you think, but The Truman Show definitely does make you
But
think.
looking at Jim Carrey now, like where he has come to from where he allegedly was, it's kind of cool to see. Just random.
Yeah. Also Canadian, so shout out
definitely.
to Canada. That is my answer. So The Truman Show.
Okay.
And I've never heard anyone really talk about Truman Show in my own personal circle or whatever.
Yeah,
Okay.
my wife watches it all the time. She loves that movie. So just side note there. But
So how old is this movie? When did this come out?
I was a kid.
I was
junior high.
90s.
I was junior high.
Oh, so
it
like
was,
the
it was early
60s.
90s.
Just something I missed then.
98.
Yeah. I was about to do the Jim Carrey yell from Dumb and Dumber, but then I realized my voice doesn't like get there.
Just try.
Dude,
So, you don't know. Like, I don't know.
do you want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
The audio cut out. Because your mic
probably
flipped
because
so hard. It went cut.
Yeah. I don't doubt it.
Also shout out to Cam Neely, who made a wonderful cameo in Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a biased Boston fan, but
yeah. Anyways, so I think I'll go, I guess. Because to me, this is like there's lots of options, but Lord of the Rings is not being touched at all. Like Lord of the Rings. Holy crap! And Lord of the Rings is like it's timeless. I still watched like the extended version, the like 4-hour plus long each movie videos.
The 15 hours of all three, we have those.
Yeah. And I've watched those recently again, and I'm like, man, this movie just does not get old at all.
I'm gonna ruin your life. I've never watched any of the Lord of the Rings.
Oh man,
let's just end. Let's just end this one.
Episode over.
Yeah.
Like I'm finding more people who haven't, and it's a bit disturbing. So I'm glad I met the people who did.
That's why we have so much problems in society, because people haven't.
Wait, Kush, are you saying that friends off now? Is that what's happening here? Or are we officially?
Yeah.
Well, we could develop our bond even to the next level if you watch it together with me. If you want to spend the next 15 hours of your life to watch the
that's movies. A lot of Kush. That's a lot of Kush.
What about it this way? Would you rather go to work for 2 days or watch that with Kush?
I'd rather go to work.
You're fired.
This is wrong, man.
You're fired. Live on Pardesi Beats Unplugged.
Excuse me, but yeah, like so classic like medieval stuff, or not even medieval rather, but mythological. The whole Dungeons and Dragons thing is kind of built around Tolkien's experiences and his books, because obviously it started as a book series from I don't remember when it was released, but it's old. And then originally the cartoon movies were released. I think that was in the 80s. And then there's different works by Tolkien that kind of tie into that same world, like The Hobbit. Although those movies were not good at all, in my respectable opinion.
They were decent, but not Lord of the Rings level.
Well, they shouldn't have been 3 movies or whatever. Either way, they were just trying to do money grab. But I didn't really. So, anyways, Lord of the Rings is the main thing here, and then the storytelling so good. It's just so cool to see like the imagery, like that technology at the time, like the early 2000s when it came out, and you're just like, oh my god, like these guys are doing like magic. They're like flying drakes and stuff. Like everything just looks so cool, and you're like, what the hell? How is this happening? So it really captured like
Drake in Toronto once, but yeah.
Not that Drake. But yeah, so then you're like at that age when I saw it, I was in my teens. It's still like, wow, this is so cool. Like it captivates that imagination as well. So yeah,
Mesmerized.
I was mesmerized.
I think
And,
I was there
you would
for
pretend
you.
you were the characters too.
Yeah, well, yeah, we used to fight.
Yeah,
That's probably why Cushy loves hiking so much. Kind of makes sense now.
Yeah, any walking stick is Gandalf's staff.
True that. Okay, I guess I'll go next. If you guys want to give some honorable mentions, we can do it after this. But mine, like very typical pick from nerds, like comic book type of nerds and stuff like that. But it's Star Wars. The whole universe and story and the Force.
Even the recent ones.
All of them, man. I think Star Wars, just the whole base of Star Wars, like the whole ideology of it. It's relevant in humanity, in our histories around the world, in different parts, collectively and individually from different cultures. I also think it's a good reflection of, sort of the state of the human psyche. And I think it's also like you can relate into it through different religions, although I'm going to stay away from that on this because we're not trying to have that discussion. But I think it's very relevant throughout so many different schools of thought and ideologies and experiences that people have. And essentially, it's like you said earlier, and I was joking, you weren't actually being racist, but it's like the dark side versus, the non-dark side, which is they don't call it the light side, but it's just the dark side is the dark side. And so it's the sort of battle between good and evil, or light and dark, or whatever way you want to word it. And they refer to the Force, which is something not religiously, but even religiously, but not religiously. It's something that I always sort of saw as like, yo, this is so real. I believe in this. Like, it's my personal belief. Whether you want to look at it through a religious angle or whichever religion, they all kind of, in my opinion, have that sort of vantage point. But even just not religiously, just the Force, like the vibe, like the universe. And sort of, I feel like it, as a society, we're losing that connection with anything that's not, like we talked about this in last episode, like how many phones do you want to have, right? Like, just, you know what I mean? Like, we're losing that focus, even though you can watch Star Wars on here, but you get what I'm saying. So now we're so introverted inside of ourselves in a selfish way, not in terms of extrovert, introvert. We're just like focused on, I want to consume. That's a whole different theory. So for me, it's like, that's very true for just the state of existence. And that's why I love Star Wars.
Another confession, I haven't watched any Star Wars.
Oh my God, this guy needs to... I might have to...
I told you, I don't watch that many movies, so... But shout out to Harry Potter. I've definitely watched some of the Harry Potter movies.
Oh,
yeah, why didn't you pick that's an up there one for me.
Yeah.
That's sort of like the third. Like, for me, it's like Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, and then the Harry Potter series. Like, that's... And the Matrix series, right? Like,
Planet of the Apes, though, man. Planet of the Apes, for me, was, again, another movie that was...
Have you not been to Punjab or India recently? Just saying.
I feel like Planet of the Apes is a very similar vibe to Star Wars in terms of like messaging.
Like the recent ones with Franco?
All of them. I went back and watched the original ones too, as terrible as they are. Oh, yeah. I went back and watched them, but they're interesting.
It's a cool concept though.
I actually really enjoyed the one that Franco made. And then I thought it was extremely well done, and I never watched after that, but I want to.
Yeah, it's
a really good film.
The new ones were really good, really well done.
Yeah,
the old one was very Star Trek-ish,
and
not Star Wars-ish, Star Trek-ish.
I'm pretty sure they were made in like the late 70s, so that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, 70s and
cutting edge technology.
Regardless of that, like the idea with the newer ones was so much
1968. Wow.
Yeah, it's old.
Planet. That's old.
It is
almost as old as you, Pat.
Yeah. And then for like the single for not a series, I'm not gonna go to explanation, but it's Inception for me.
Yeah.
Again, I haven't watched it.
Dude. Okay, this one, like, you have to watch this.
Yeah, one. No, I even Star Wars, like I could get behind Star Wars. I just don't want to commit that much time to it.
It literally takes like Not
I
that
have to
much
try
time.
to tell you to come over or something and watch Inception.
Just con me. Hey, we're gonna come over to watch wrestling.
What if you had a dream tonight that you were watching Inception?
Yeah, and
in
then
the dream.
in that dream, you were in a dream.
In a dream? Exactly. It's Inception.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could happen tonight. Just be
Yeah.
careful. Be careful.
Do you guys want to shout out any non-series movies, or should I move on?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the original. It's a series, but it's only a trilogy. It's not like a.
But that series is sick. But anyways,
Yeah,
anything?
no,
leave it at
Okay.
that for me.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Next thing is the yummy yum yum. We might have to watch out for up with one tier. We might get
Shout
some...
out to Super Bad though. Just thought I'd just throw that out there. And 40-year-old, those type of movies.
Haven't
Are
seen
the
either of those either.
you get out of here, man. Just leave them be.
I just don't
What?
watch a lot of movies.
Those are just comedy, they're just good old entertainment.
Right?
But all good. You know, you live
Remember
your
the
life.
first time we saw Kushi? Remember the first time we saw 40-Year-Old Virgin?
Yeah,
The first.
I friggin' died.
Yeah,
That
we
movie's so
fell
funny.
off the couch laughing so hard, man. It was insane.
Lots
Oh
of good comedy movies in that, like Will Ferrell and Steve Carell era. But
Yeah, man.
anyways, okay, we're moving on to the stomach area, and then also through the anus, or rather through the intestines and the anus. But we're gonna talk about our favorite desserts.
Not
okay?
everybody has that privilege of allowing it to process that way. You know that? Some people can't do that.
Yeah, it might be pissed out, or it might come out through OD. You never know. Regurgitation. So, anyways, what are your guys' favorite dessert, or what is your favorite dessert?
Should we let Pat go first? Because I'm sure he has a really long list of all the sweets he's hoarded over his years.
Especially from his childhood that he used to keep like 5 of. Yeah.
I only have one,
Okay.
and it's the combination dessert, but there's a modern version of it that I can eat, which will be shouting out a local business and a family we know as well. But so my favorite dessert, I guess, all time was apple pie and ice cream, and all time favorite was that. And like there was many, obviously, you guys, if you watched our ice cream episode, you realize I had a pretty big sweet tooth, and
a summer treats one, yeah.
yeah, man, just sugar was obviously like
I love how we've been making fun of how old Pat is, and he picked an answer that's like such an old man dessert.
Yo, man, if you want to take one character that's in a
Ice
TV
cream
series,
and apple. That's my favorite.
take one character that's in a TV series and just it's me personified in so many different ways. It's Dean Winchester from Supernatural, because like everything he likes, I like. He likes muscle cars. He likes apple pie, like just so much different stuff. But yeah, apple pie and ice cream. And I'm allergic to dairy now.
What else does he like to do during his free time?
Once upon
Anyways,
a time, hunt
leather jackets.
and hunt evil things. I did that too for a long time.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just apple pie and ice cream, man. And straight up now, and then I like to. And here's the weird thing: in my adult life, I developed the allergy to milk, but there was a point that I got to where I could still have the ice cream, and I added one little curveball to that apple pie and ice cream mix. It was followed by decaf coffee, and just trust me, do it, and do a little caramel and chocolate drizzle on there. Not a lot, just a little. And if it's not there, it's okay. But now recently, this is my little shout out to Block 1912. They have a crisp, a pineapple peach crisp, which is kind of like apple pie, and it's like totally allergy free for me, and I can eat it. And so shout out to them and the families who we know, which we'll just leave it at the business for now, but you know what I mean. So off to you guys. I'm done.
Okay. Well, I also like off ice cream.
You can't pick it, man. Too bad. Get out of here.
It's like you grew up together or something.
It might be.
Dude,
It might be
that's
something
like
that our families did.
Yeah, we honestly, that is, I think, a family staple for us. But
It is. Like we used to whip that out all the time.
yeah, but okay, since I cannot give my answer, that is my true answer.
Yeah.
I will give an easy secondary for me is cheesecake, man. It's just cheesecake is so freaking good. And
Why didn't you just pick a 4-liter tub of ice cream? You could have done that.
Neapolitan ice cream all over again.
No, not Neapolitan. Neapolitan. He used to leave that like a third of that.
Yeah, we already discussed this. Like, I definitely left everything.
This guy
that
used to
wasn't
take
vanilla.
tubs of ice cream, and you guys talk about me like that, man. Ask this guy what the happened.
Yeah, because you hoarded
Oh.
all the ice cream as a kid. So like when he got it, he had to hide. Like it's
It
survival
was
of the
actually the other
fittest.
way around. Yeah.
Yeah, but so no, it's not just ice cream by itself. It's apple pie and ice cream. Ice cream by itself is good, but it's like no, it's not a favorite. So like a secondary thing for me is definitely it's cheesecake, and then classic caramel drip sauce on it or like berry sauce or something.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's so good. And I got to shout out High Level Diner here in Edmonton, just across the Garneau, kind of local place here. And man, they have it's been a while since I've been there. I don't know if they still serve it, or even if they're open, due to COVID stuff. They had a score. They had a score cheesecake, and my God, it was one of the best cheesecakes I've ever had in my life. And I'd have to say that's it. Like it's just I just love like the texture, like the richness. That's the word, right? Like of like cheesecake is just pretty awesome. So yeah.
I have a big sweet tooth, but I've done a really good job at not falling into that habit of eating sweets all the time. For a period of my life, I would.
Denny's, Moloch?
Yeah, milkshakes. But like for a period of time in my life, even now, like my coffee, I drink it with no sugar. But like that was just like I would not have sugar at all. But I have like the biggest sweet tooth. So like when you brought up cheesecake, I'm like, yeah, I love cheesecake. Bring up apple pie, I'm like, yeah, I like pie. I'm just a little fat boy. I like all sweet.
When I was a kid, I thought cheesecake was actually like made out of cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like you described that score cheesecake, and I'm like, all right, cool. Now I want that. I'll keep it simple. I think I was like my original first thing that came to my mind was cinnamon buns, like a fresh cinnamon bun, quality. But then I thought, yeah, donut, like a fresh donut is also really good. So as a big coffee drinker, I would say a donut and a coffee. That's my favorite dessert combination.
Oh man,
What
you brought up
kind of
cinnamon
donuts?
buns?
Oh, Boston cream.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
From Timmy's.
No allegiance to the Bruins there, right?
No, not at all. From anywhere, dude. I'm again not. I've learned not to be picky about my food.
Yeah.
If I can eat it, if it's good, it's good.
My favorite from Tim's used to be apple fritter. Oh my good God.
You love those.
Oh my God.
I do remember you getting those.
And
Again,
they had blueberry ones sometimes. Oh my good
old
Lord.
man Pat. This is all I'm thinking. Just like his food habits
Maybe
aren't going to change.
At least you didn't get allergies to fruits, so he can still get the apple part,
Well, like hence my up-to-date pick that I should give a shout out to.
Gluten-free apple pie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, crisp. But yeah, no, man.
Well,
anything that sort of like it has that sort of sweet taste, but you have that warm feeling when you eat it. I think we're all kind of
again like a coffee after ice cream and apple pie. That sounds absolutely fantastic.
I know I don't care if it's old man of me or not. I'm pretty redneck.
That's old man of him. He's the one who's saying that's his thing.
I know, but you guys are calling me old, so I don't care. I'm okay with it because like call me redneck, call me old. I don't give a but it's just this it's legendary. There's a reason everybody loves it, especially old men, right? Because they're tired. They've been working all day. Their knuckles are hurting. They come home, they're cold. They eat that.
All right.
T-Max.
Yeah. I don't know if it's an everyday thing, but okay.
Every single day. Mrs. Claus is cooking for you, and that's what's ready when you come inside. Done deal, man. Stereotypes galore, by the way, but yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna now move on to the next question in this awkward way.
You made it awkward. You could have just said, "Okay, that's great, guys." Okay.
No, I didn't want to. I wanted to make it awkward. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, make it all awkward up in this B. We are gonna go into what your guys' and my guys' favorite genre of music is. And now this, I think, especially for all of us, definitely for you two, will be pretty hard.
Yeah,
it's hard for me for sure.
My answer is I'll listen to anything. Like if you go into my Apple Music and see the playlists I've downloaded, dude, I have vintage jazz. I have like 60s love ballads.
Come on, man, pick a go-to. If I can do it, you can do it.
I'll pick a go-to. I have like 90s like rock, 2000s like pop music. Like For me, it just depends on the mood of the day, right? Like, do I feel like listening? Yeah, like it depends on what I feel like. And again, Punjabi is also there, which is kind of like the underlying.
Punjabi, the genre thing with Punjabi music, you guys may know my opinion on that.
There's a potential for genres, but it's just like, it's Punjabi music, but there's so many genres within Punjabi.
That's what I mean. Well, like too, Punjabi music isn't a genre, just like English music that isn't, right? So, but yeah, okay. So yeah,
continue.
Now that you put me on the spot to think of one specific one, I would say, just for the nostalgia factor, my favorite genre of music is 90s and 2000s boy band music.
Now,
available and girl band.
Boys. Yeah, the Spice Girls, S Club 7. Come on, like
S Club. There ain't no.
What about the Vanga Boys?
Vanga Boys are back in town.
But now I'm thinking. Can I just say the 90s? Because like 90s rap also like
90s is pretty pretty awesome.
Yeah, like 90s rap I can.
That's cool. Binge. I think that's a good genre. I think that was just called pop back then. But yeah, I feel that for sure. That's a very good choice because I also like remember singing all those songs too. And I'm pretty much the same thing. I listen to literally almost every genre except country. I won't be listening to country willingly. It's just I don't know, something about it just.
I don't mind country, right? Man.
You just need to again. You've
declared yourself as redneck, so it makes sense.
You have to. You don't have a choice.
Yeah. He drives a pickup. He has to.
Yeah.
But if I'm gonna choose one, it's whatever genre you would probably put Coldplay under, which I have no idea, because their sound is so weird and unique. It's like, what genre are they? Are they pop? I have no clue. I really don't.
I would say they're like rock or like what's that one term?
Alternative. They're not even alternative.
Easy
like,
listening. Like what's that other rock? It's like not classic rock, but there's like another rock. But yeah,
there's a lot. But so, anyways, then the reason why I choose Coldplay is because I don't listen to them all the time, but they're like I've been to their concerts live. It's honestly just phenomenal show. But their quality of music is so good, and their sound is just so, it really hits you in the soul. Like honestly, I have no other way to describe it. Just hits you in the soul, and their lyrics are so moving as well. I don't ever find myself like not singing to their songs. Like I always have to sing to the songs, sing along or whatever, because for me it's like the catchiest thing I've listened to. And then and so I don't know what genre we're gonna call that, but that's the one that's probably my favorite because it's evident Coldplay. in my Coldplay, life action. Yeah, we'll just call it Coldplay genre.
Should we rather than go favorite genre, go favorite, like for example Coldplay? I'm sure I can pick a single artist that I could listen to exclusively as well.
Artist or
we'll go into that after, guys. We already did the genre thing.
Let's do a sub of that. Yeah.
Let's finish the genre.
Let's add that as a question 4B. This is 4A. That's 4B.
Sure.
I'm also googling what genre is Coldplay, and the answer is rock. Google is never wrong.
There's no way Coldplay is rock.
The rock.
Rock. It's rock. I'm sorry, it's what it says here.
Okay, your turn, put the one.
My favorite genre is 80s, 90s hip hop, gangster rap, whatever you want to call it. That's what it is. It's a pretty redneck choice.
That's so redneck of you. Wow.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Most rednecks are always listening to 80s and 90s gangster rap.
Yep. While they eat a freshly baked tortilla chip, fried.
Yeah, very redneck. Okay. Is that all?
That's it.
Okay, let's go to 4B. Who's your favorite artist or band?
Dr. Dre.
That's a good artist.
That's a very solid artist.
I'm done.
Yeah. I have two to pick from because I cannot make up my mind. Because you said Dr. Dre, I will also agree with Dr. Dre. The other one I would say is Michael Jackson. Jam out to Michael Jackson at any time. Like the catalog of music that he has, from sad songs to happy songs, meaningful songs as well, right?
You want to know? You want to know something? You want a Michael Jackson trick? since we talked about food and how the part it comes out of, if you're ever having trouble with that, you listen to Billie Jean while you're attempting, and you'll be good to go. I'll leave it at that. Welcome to Pardesi Beats Unplugged, because then you
What
will
are
become
you
unplugged.
exactly touching?
Your choice is.
Go on.
Your turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
I already said Coldplay as a genre. They're also probably one of my favorite bands. But since I already said
Coldplay
them,
is rock, bro. Rock is your favorite genre.
I mean,
I
rock
feel like
is
that-
one of
yeah.
my favorite genres,
that's
so that's
very
actually not
accurate.
bad. But it's not rock. It's not rock. There's no way Coldplay is rock.
Yours
Anyways,
would be metal, even.
well, that's what my favorite band answer is going to be. It's Metallica. There was just one random night when I was back in university. I was up late watching Much Music when they actually used to show music videos, and I guess Metallica released this new album at that time, Death Magnetic, and I put on the song and I'm just listening to it. I'm watching the video. I'm like, oh my god, this sounds so awesome. Because as you said, I did like rock. Like if we play like video games, those old classic, rock music playing to those or whatever as well. Like I've always enjoyed it. I just never went out and sought it. But then after hearing that song, I downloaded all of Metallica's discography or whatever, right? So from there, I listened to literally every single one of their songs released at that time. And I was like, my God, I like love everything about this band. And if I ever want to amp myself up or make myself feel real aggressive, I just got to put on that. And then, I feel like I'm ready to murder or something. I'll drive 10 over the speed limit instead of speed limit. Ooh, you better watch out. Yeah. So
All the peace officers watching. There you go.
Yes. I don't know if you gave an answer, Malik.
I did. Michael Jackson and Dr. Dre.
Oh.
And remember what Michael Jackson helps him with?
Right.
It helps you. I don't know what you do with Michael Jackson.
No, it's actually something. It was actually a video I saw online about the best song to help you with that. It's like one of those meme videos when you go
just
down
singing it.
Yeah,
like
sing it and listen. Yeah, both. You sing it while you listen. See?
I really want our listeners to attempt taking a shit and doing.
Yo, nobody said that word.
I don't even know this conversation. How did it get here?
You talked about going to the washroom.
No, we weren't.
Nobody knows what you're talking about, Pat.
Not directly, at least.
Oh, I'm saying it directly. I want to see. I want our listeners to sit on the toilet and go like hoo 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 and see if it helps them.
It does. How do you feel right now, Kush?
And then let us know. What did you say? It does?
I said, doesn't it? Like, how do you feel right now?
Oh, I mean, I gotta go immediately after doing that. I
go?
Gotta go, guys. Like the toilet is calling me. Okay. Let's move on so that we can continue on with this car wreck. And we will then go to
this is a what's it called? A road trip. This episode.
Road trip. Yeah, that's a good actually title for this. Okay, number question next is, what is your guys' favorite fast food restaurant or place? I feel like restaurant's too much of a dignified word to call fast food places.
Yeah, kind of feels like that.
Yeah. It's a little gross, to be like.
But I feel like the one I'm gonna
choose. You're not that
that
much of a gentleman or gentle lady. Like just take a step back, okay? Like who are you trying to fool here? Not me. That's why I come to you. I don't come here to be a classy establishment. I come here to feel like shit after I'm done eating you. Right? So
you want to talk about anything, Kush? Are you okay?
I'm good. I'm just sharing, those post-restaurant fast food blues.
Okay.
That greasy feeling inside your stomach. It makes you sometimes it gives you that little Michael Jackson vibe as well, So
this episode should be called How to Unclog the Drain. But continue.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So why don't you guys share? What would you guys think is your favorite fast food joint?
You want me to go first then?
Sure.
If you have an answer, sure.
I do very specifically have an answer. I
Okay.
will do a little mini answer first. In the 90s, it was McDonald's simply because of the pizza. Fast forward, my answer is A&W. And it's not just because of recent times how A&W is. It's because they were a restaurant once. They were that type of place where you could go park your car and they'd come take your order and bring it to you on roller skates or whatever it was type of vibe, right? And what they were actually one of the first popularized places before even McDonald's. And sort of they were one of the first, I guess you can say, big named fast food places due to that. And I can eat everything they have because they let us wrap it, and it's an actual option on the menu because I don't eat wheat. And so for me, it's like I can go there, pick whatever I want, get it lettuce wrap, good to go. And their root beer, let's just talk about their root beer for a second.
Yeah.
Let's just give a minute of silence to not having it with us. That was an internet minute. And also they have frozen root beer, which we talked about in our our cold treats episode. And has anybody had apple turnovers from A&W yet?
Yeah.
Nothing else comes close.
It's really good.
Nothing else. And
it's really good.
Kush is tearing up. It's like
he's like,
it's so good, guys.
And you guys want to know a little life hack? If you go to A&W, you get a couple of apple turnovers.
Okay.
And then you go across the street or maybe down the street to McDonald's and you get some soft serve ice cream.
Yeah.
Then you go home and you dump it all in a bowl.
Yeah.
And then
it's apple pie and ice cream, essentially.
The fast version. Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
It is.
I'm not gonna lie. I literally was envisioning myself eating all of that as you were talking about it all.
Me too.
Because A&W does have some quality stuff.
Their stuff is legendary, and A&W is a very underrated. Although they've promoted themselves quite a bit in the last few years, and I feel like they're popular, really popular right now. But like their breakfast always used to be epic. They're like, I'm talking about growing up now, right? Their burgers were always like, they always tasted so good. And maybe it's their seasoning. Maybe it's because it's all cooked by a big brown bear who drinks root beer called a root bear. And
they still don't use that as a mascot anymore, do they? You said that and it reminded me of like my childhood where they used to have the bear.
I think he's still a part of their, he's like
kind of phased out though.
You can still get his stuffed animals.
It's just that guy now.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's the real life version of the bear. If you look at that guy and the bear, they're the same looking person.
Like,
they're the same entity.
You just think of him as Danny DeVito?
No, he's not.
This is a taller version.
He's not that Italian looking. He's a little bit more maybe Canadian. Greek, but not Italian.
Yeah, he's very Canadian looking.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Push.
Okay, I like your choice.
Okay.
Everything you said, I like it. I respect it. And yeah, I can also support the cause as well. So I'll make sure I support A&W fast food restaurant moving forward.
And they have diet root beer. That's
it. I was gonna add that, but you just said it, so never mind. Okay, so for me, it's Wendy's. It's got to be Wendy's, man. It's Wendy's, and the reason why is their burgers are so damn good.
And they're square.
I apologize, Mullet, because you can't really partake. There's no veggie option.
There is baked potatoes.
I was gonna say they have the baked potato, which is pretty damn good too. Their fries are really good if they're not soggy. They're probably my favorite. And yeah, we can talk about Frosty, but we won't talk about chocolate Frosty. We won't talk about vanilla Frosty, man. That stuff is so freaking good.
Man. It's all about chocolate Frosty.
No, it's really like chocolate anything sucks, in my opinion. My respected humble opinion.
I agree.
Yeah. And they also have a caramel version now.
What?
Just recently, yeah. It's a thing. It's not bad. It's not like amazing, but it's still good because they don't have vanilla.
Chocolate, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yo, just side note, has anybody ever had caramel apple pie?
No.
Isn't that just apple pie with caramel? Like,
go to Taco Bell and get the apple caramel empanadas.
There's only like 1 or 2 Taco Bells left.
But that means there's only a few apple empanadas left.
True.
Try it.
So back to Wendy's, the Baconator. If you feel like killing yourself, eat a Baconator. The amount of calories and fat in that thing is ridiculous. I'd stop eating it because I would feel like, hey, I think my heart's hurting. When I used to get it for lunch, when I used to work in a certain South Common of Edmonton, and it was like right there. So I don't get that anymore. But
do you eat Wendy's still?
There has been a Wendy's that opened near my residence, so I do go there sometimes now. But I don't really order. Like, let's be real. Like in my 20s, I ordered like a complete fat ass. And I've learned to not do that as much nowadays because, the whole body's a temple, etc. I love my body, happy me. So that's my option, guys.
Yo, shout out to Harvey's, by the way. Just popped into my head.
Yeah, so I'll jump on that train. So as Kush kind of alluded to, I'm a vegetarian. So
you had to cut him off quick.
Fast food restaurants are terrible for me because it's like, oh, do you have a veggie option? Sick, you're the greatest. Yeah, but the most of the time it's just like, no, we don't. I'm like, all right, cool, I'll have a baked potato. Like, I'm coming to get a burger. I don't want a baked potato. I don't want fries. Like,
but you're coming in to get a burger. You got to eat meat. That's what they say.
And so like A&W, Harvey's, Burger King, like all these places have veggie options. I'm like, great.
Your life wasn't
KFC.
That great up until more recently.
I would 100% agree. It was only KFC was my option. Like, hey, go get the KFC veggie burger.
No, Harvey's always had it.
Yeah, Harvey's too, but I think
a bit Burger King had it for a long time.
Yeah, but Burger King did too.
It's not really.
But now there's this new product called Beyond Moloch,
and A&W is kind of my go-to right now. But I'm sure I'll get sick of it and then go back to like Burger King or somewhere else. But again, like I said earlier, like I'm not picky with food, especially with fast food, because I don't really have a choice. McDonald's, please have a veggie option. It would make my life so much easier because it's right by the house. Yeah, they got rid of like the wraps and stuff too. Like,
and their garden salad wrap, it's so old. This was like 15 years ago, but like, my God, that thing was so good. So yeah, McDonald's, just think about the people, the humanity, and the children.
Just bring over the McPaneer burger from India.
Yeah.
Wendy's used to have
like an option, a choice. Sorry,
for me it's like whatever the flavor of the month is. Like right now, I'm binging A&W.
So have you tried the Impossible Burger? Does like Burger King have that here?
Burger King had it for a while. I had it a couple of times. They had the Impossible Whopper. So
is that better than the Beyond Burger?
They're about the same. The issue with the Beyond or the Beyond Burger, especially like A&W, is so thick. So it's like very salty. So when you're eating it, it's like, okay, this is a lot. Whereas like,
really, you think that patty's filling?
It's not filling. It's just big.
Hey Moloch, are you forgetting the Denny's veggie burger?
That's not fast food. That's a sit-down restaurant, sir.
Technically, yeah.
Technically, because I could have just said Domino's Pizza, but
yeah, yeah, or Pat Manatti's or something. But okay,
all right.
I think that we have kind of explored that quite a bit.
Yeah.
And then that leads me now to
another. We have time for one more, I think.
I think we do, and I'm just gonna kind of go based on the food train. What is your guys' favorite beverage to drink?
Oh man, that was a tough one.
Water.
Yeah.
I mean,
water. That's actually pretty yummy, but on popcorn.
I mean, nobody's seen me drinking ever anything on this show.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose the people that know me really well know that I drink way too much coffee. So I suppose my answer is my favorite beverage is coffee because it allows me to function at a human level.
It shows an addiction to caffeine. That means which I openly admit.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, me too.
I think I'm developing that addiction because I have to.
I blame university
for work.
I blame university.
I stayed away from that in university. I just would not do it.
I was fine my first 2 years, and then I transferred over to the U of A, and it was the Tim Hortons was right there. I'm like, hey, let's
Yeah.
and then the rest of the story is written. Now when people think of me, they think of coffee. So
That's exactly what I think when I think of you. Wow. I just remember coffee when I think about Malik.
There's points in my life where like I'd go to like wedding receptions, and like everybody would have a drink in their hand. I would have like a Tim Hortons cup and just be drinking
That's
tea.
because we used to do that as DJs.
No, but even like if I was at a function, like if I was invited, not as a DJ,
I used to do that too. Remember Vancouver? We just walked in with McDonald's coffee. Everybody's like,
Yeah.
okay. We're like, I don't care.
Even wedding season this summer, like I would always a cup of cha. Those my go-to. Just sit there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's why I went on the iced train, because when I'm drinking like the hot, my body just overheats.
The struggle. Yeah.
So
I've switched over to
stayed
matcha
away.
a little bit. I've switched over to matcha, which is
Because you're
so
fancy
high
now.
Matcha really depends where you're getting
you
the
guys are
matcha
both
from.
fans? What
Yeah,
the
I
heck?
agree.
Because there could be some low quality matcha. Well, look, I went to Japan, man. I've tasted some good stuff
Yeah.
of matcha.
I don't even know what the hell matcha is.
Now I'm it's it's essentially like green tea
Green
almost,
tea.
but it's very finely powdered. They grind it like crazy. I have some at home. You should try some next time.
Does it make you do this?
You have to be a baby.
No, the face. Never mind. Continue your train of thought, sir.
Okay, I will do that then. And so, yeah, I will share mine. It has to do with a fruit. It has to do with a seasonal fruit. I will take guesses.
Okay.
It's gonna be mango juice.
Okay,
No.
that's one guess. What's the other guess?
Well, I mean, a very nice seasonal fruit might be, an avocado. Is it avocado fruit smoothie?
Close, but the closest was Malik with mango juice.
Oh, I was pretty close.
I love a good mango beverage. You know, it hits the spot. It hits you right in the diabetic vein.
That's a real basic answer.
Yeah, but if you have too much of it, also
color me a
somewhere
basic.
else.
I am a basic, guys. I am a basic. So yeah, the mango drink, especially. Okay, we already. know
If
what
you were
the
a
brand of it-
basic that, wouldn't you be going to Starbucks getting like the modified drink with like 30 different things?
Yeah,
in it?
I would be, but that's not me. That's
Well,
like
that's a next level up.
you add something a little bit else to that basic, but we'll leave that out. Okay, and then so what's the brand? You guys already know the brand. Just tell me it.
Is it gonna be fruity? Like, don't. That sounds terrible.
Okay, it's not that one, but it's
Okay,
along
good.
those lines. Rubicon, come on, man.
Oh, okay. I feel
Rubicon.
like that's the same brand. Fruity is just like the name of the beverage, but the I'm
No.
Googling
No,
this
no,
right
they're
now.
two different brands.
Are they?
No.
Yeah.
Rubicon has a fruity series too, but it's not here in Canada.
Interesting.
Oh, okay. You see,
And
I'm learning. But
you see-
anyways, yeah, that's very good.
And I like the Punjabi Desi stores, and it's like you
Yeah.
think it's from here, but it's not.
Like I almost, I had to really think about it. It was either that or iced tea, and yeah, that thickness of the mango pulp, drink, sweetness, nectar, really puts it in there for me, and that's why I'm diabetic today, guys.
Good times.
Yeah, my turn's done.
Okay. Well,
Can we take guesses for yours, Pat? Because we know what yours is.
you can have two guesses, one each. Go.
Root beer.
Okay, Kush, go.
Yeah, but also like coffee.
You guys are both correct. Add diet to the root beer, and we're sorted out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it, man. That's it. Like
That's
I'll
it.
drink if any sort of. Recently, I've been on this, not sponsored at all, but Coke Zero. This is their new brand. Because I don't like having sugar in my pop. However, I like a lot of pop, and it's not because I like pop. It's because I'm literally addicted to
Carbonation?
caffeine. It's the caffeination, that wiredness. Because caffeine doesn't actually give me energy, because caffeine doesn't actually give humans energy. It suppresses tiredness, and I'm in a consistent state of tiredness. If I was uncaffeinated for 5 days, I'd be so not okay, and I would probably have to be taken into a medical facility and wired up with caffeine on a slow drip just to kind of steady myself.
Rehab. They call that rehab.
I'm addicted to caffeine, and it's like a full-on, like, legit addiction. And it's like, because all those late nights, Malik, you know what I'm talking about, DJing, like showing up at the gig after you had set it all up and you're tired from that, and you show up with like the largest two coffees. Remember me? I used to walk in with 2 coffees. You used to have like an extra large. Then after we'd go get something else. And man, it was just like,
so what you're saying is my caffeine addiction is because of you. So I can completely blame you for it.
I wouldn't say you can blame me for it, but I will say it might be symbiotic.
Okay.
Because the thing is, like, I never said, hey, let's get you coffee.
Yeah.
I said, hey, I'm going to Tim's
I'm getting coffee
to grab food, which
I never joined you on those coffee things when I was tagging along.
Yeah, because you didn't have to sit there.
No, but you used to grab ice caps after we set up, so you were a part of it.
Oh, you know what? I did grab ice caps.
Yeah,
that's true.
And then the other thing, Malik, is those studio sessions we've had. I didn't have a coffee there. You rolled in with like a double espresso shot, whatever the heck it was, steep tea with 2 espressos. Yeah. And I was just like, what the, like, just get an Americano, or another version of it called a Canadiano, which is like super espressoed up. And you would have been good to go. But, it's not me that caused that on you, just by the way.
No, I'm blaming you. I'm deferring it to you.
I agree. Good job.
Okay, sure. Let's go get some coffee.
I think that just about does it for us today. This was a wonderful time. I'm great that we
a wonderful road trip.
This was a great road trip. Let's take a pit stop and make a U-turn.
Tell so many stories about our lives and share so many great moments. Feel so much closer to you guys. I really appreciate these last 50 some minutes we've had with each other, and I'm just so grateful, guys. And
all right. And until the next, there's nothing else to say. Until the next episode.
Yeah. See you.